Welcome to Vantage, Aditya. There is a reaction most people experience but rarely admit. When something goes wrong in the world, a failure, a scandal, a collapse, there is a subtle sense of satisfaction. It is not loud. It is not obvious. But it is there. This is not cruelty. This is psychology. And today, this will be broken down into 6 precise mechanisms that explain exactly why this happens. Watch carefully, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. 1. Schadenfreude, the silent pleasure mechanism. The first mechanism is called Schadenfreude, which is the experience of deriving subtle pleasure from another person's misfortune. This does not always mean one consciously enjoys suffering. It often appears when the person affected is someone perceived as ahead, powerful, or comparable. The mind registers their fall as a reduction in competitive pressure. This creates a small but noticeable emotional release. It is not celebration. It is recalibration. 2. Downward social comparison, the relief of being okay. The second mechanism is downward comparison. The human mind constantly evaluates its position relative to others. When something negative happens to someone else, the brain immediately compares. It forms a quiet conclusion. Things could be worse, and at least they are not. This produces relief, not because the event is good, but because one's own situation feels safer in comparison. This is how discomfort is reduced, without anything actually improving. 3. Control illusion, creating a predictable world. The third mechanism is the illusion of control. When negative events occur, the brain tries to explain them in a way that preserves a sense of order. It creates narratives such as they made mistakes, they were careless, or they deserved it. These explanations are not always accurate. They are protective. Because if the world feels predictable, then one can believe that by behaving correctly, similar outcomes can be avoided. This restores a sense of control even when the world is uncertain. 4. Emotional numbing, protection from overload. The fourth mechanism is emotional numbing. In a world of constant information, the mind is exposed to repeated cycles of tragedy, conflict, and failure. Sustained empathy at that scale is exhausting, so the brain adapts. It reduces emotional intensity. It creates distance. Over time, this distance can feel like indifference or even mild satisfaction because the emotional burden has been lowered. This is not lack of humanity. It is a defense against overwhelm. 5. Ego protection, reinforcing self-image. The fifth mechanism is ego protection. When others fail or suffer, the mind often uses that information to reinforce its own identity. It draws conclusions such as, better decisions were made, better judgment was applied, or greater caution was exercised. This strengthens self-perception. It creates a sense of being competent, aware, or even superior. This is subtle, but powerful, because it stabilizes self-worth without requiring external validation. 6. Anxiety release, safety through distance. The sixth and most important mechanism is anxiety release. Bad events confirm that the world contains risk, but they also create relief because the risk has materialized somewhere else. The brain processes this as survival. The threat is real, but it is not immediate. This produces a feeling of safety, which can be misinterpreted as satisfaction. In reality, it is the nervous system relaxing after anticipated danger has passed. Now step back and look at the full pattern. This is not about enjoying suffering. It is about the mind constantly trying to feel safe, stable, and in control. Relief, comparison, protection, distance. These are the real drivers behind the feeling. But there is a consequence most people ignore. When this pattern becomes frequent, empathy begins to weaken. Not suddenly, but gradually. The mind starts relying on external failure to maintain internal balance, and that creates a dangerous dependency. So the next time something goes wrong in the world, observe carefully, not the event, the reaction, because that reaction reveals how your mind is maintaining its sense of safety. Awareness is the only way out of unconscious patterns. Subscribe to Vantage, Aditya.